Look, I hate to say it, but almost everybody is teaching you the wrong way to build apps with AI. They're teaching you how to build demos, not real apps that users can use. If you're just watching to be entertained, then no worries, carry on. But if you really want to build something real, something that users can actually use, let me save you a ton of time. Not that long ago, I was running a fairly profitable marketing agency that I shut down to go all in on AI. You see, we served some of the biggest software companies in the world, and I had always dreamed of creating my own software empire. I wasn't a coder then, and I'm still not a coder in the traditional sense, but after a lot of trial and error, I've discovered that a lot of these tutorials are really setting you up for failure. So today, I want to share 3 counterintuitive lessons that have really changed everything for me. This includes a pretty unsexy tech stack that dates back to 1995. In all my research and digging, I found that some of the real AI hackers who are out there building multi-million-dollar businesses prefer this simple tech stack. And there's a lot of reasons for that we're going to get into shortly. But fixing these 3 mistakes that I'm about to walk you through got me going 10 times faster than I really ever thought was possible. Getting this stuff to work and getting these projects out into the world has been one of the most fulfilling things I've ever done, and I sincerely hope that what you learn here today gets you closer to experiencing that feeling. The first mistake that I see being made in 99 out of 100 AI coding tutorials is that they are using an overly complex tech stack. This typically is a JavaScript tech stack similar to Next.js, Node, React, and the like. And when I've experimented with these, they seem to be way overkill for some of the tiny projects that we're all experimenting with and trying to get out there into the world. There's just so many files and libraries and dependencies involved in these complex tech stacks that the LLMs really struggle with it. Not to mention newbie coders like you and I. These complicated code bases can pull you directly into the circle of doom where the LLM is trying to fix issues and patch things up, and you really don't get any work done. Not to mention the maintenance that is involved with these, as they are always being updated. You're going to spend a lot of time not only debugging, but maintaining these as different updates roll out. All of this changed when I listened to the Pieter Levels Lex Friedman podcast, where Pieter Levels, who is one of the preeminent indie hackers out there who is making hundreds of thousands of dollars each month with his software tools, he started to talk about a very simple tech stack for all the reasons that I just went through. He recommends PHP and SQLite, which many developers would scoff at, but look, as an indie developer, we don't have teams of dozens of people we can deploy to fix bugs and to constantly maintain our code bases. You know, if it's just you or if you're a very small team, these very simple tools are much easier to build with and to maintain. And when I switched to that tech stack, along with the introduction of this Claude Sonnet 4.5, everything really changed. And this is really where the promise of vibe coding started to really come true for me, and I was able to make great progress. So if you are using anything other than Sonnet 4.5 and you're having trouble, try using Sonnet 4.5 in whatever, coding tool that you are comfortable with, along with this PHP SQLite tech stack, and just let me know how it goes, because it was a game changer for me. You can do all of this in a simple free tool, VS Code, Visual Studio Code. You can download that at code.visualstudio.com. And here's what that looks like when you get it all set up. You just want to create a new file for your project. Open that file. I close this. I'll open a terminal here and I'll fire up Claude Code just by typing in Claude. Then I will use a prompt like this to kick off a project and really steer the LLM, saying, hey, we're going to just use PHP and SQLite here. This prompt is available in the ebook that I've created for this video. I create an ebook for every single video that I make, and they are all instantly accessible to anybody who joins my Patreon. There is a link in the description, so check that out if you're interested. But I'm just copying that right here into Claude inside of VS Code and updating it, saying I'm creating a music application with PHP and SQLite. And this will then start to get the large language model aligned with using these very simple tech stacks. Just out of the box, it's going to probably default to an overly complex tech stack that Node, Next.js, React, those types of things. So Try this out if you're struggling, and I'm sure it will help. Another major bonus to using this simple tech stack is that you can find tons of help with your PHP projects. PHP's been around for a long time, and there are a ton of developers that are available relatively inexpensively to help you if you get stuck with your project, if you run into a bug that you just can't solve. You can reach people at a very inexpensive rate to help you get unstuck. Whereas with that, JavaScript tech stack, those developers are more in demand right now, and there's less of them, so they are more expensive, and the problems are going to be more complicated because there's so many more moving pieces behind the scenes. The second major mistake that I see in nearly all of these AI coding videos is this whole "I'll add the users later" fantasy. So if you can recall looking at some of these, they never think about users. It's always just go right to whatever the main, whiz-bang thing that they're trying to create. This is a major problem. Most of these tutorials don't talk about a database at all, let alone a multi-user database where users can actually log in and start working with your software. And the big problem there is that if you decide to do that later on, you're nearly going to have to do everything over again. So if you want to start out on the right foot, just start creating it with users in mind from the very beginning. Otherwise, you're going to have to reconfigure that database and basically scrap all of your work. And this can be really sad to be buried under this cascade of problems when you get something really cool working for yourself and you decide, okay, now this is ready for the world, only to find out that you nearly need to rebuild major sections of it. So thinking through exactly how your database is going to be structured with Claude, with the large language model from day one is going to save you a ton of time downstream, specifically letting Claude know that, hey, this is going to be a multi-user application. And building it and testing it that way from the ground up ensures that you don't have to backtrack right when you're most excited that you got something working. Here's a prompt in the ebook that you can use for that. And then that naturally flows into building an authentication system. And frankly, for new coders, that can get very complex as it deals with security and all sorts of different lost password functionality. If that type of stuff seems boring to you and not anything that you want to spend time on, I've created this SaaS template that has everything we're talking about all baked into it. This is a SQLite PHP code base that includes Google authentication. Now, most authentications will allow you to put in your email and, sign up that way. I've decided to keep this super simple, and it just logs in with this Google login. So you're putting a lot of the work on Google. True, you are limiting your user base, but to just get something started out into the world, see if it has traction, this is the fastest and easiest way. So there's a link to this in the description if this is something you're interested in purchasing. It also has the Stripe payments built in, feature gating, so basic things that happen for paid members versus non-paid members. It's got a lot in here, and I really enjoyed making this. You can see that this template takes some inspiration from Pieter Levels, not only in the tech stack, but in the design as well. This is Pieter's nomads.com. That's been a very successful project for him. So there's a lot baked into this that gets you going in the right direction. It also looks really good on mobile. So starting with a strong foundation that I can build on top of has been critical in my path of getting software out into the world. And that gets me to this third mistake that I see being made in nearly all of these AI tutorials, and that's trying to build everything at once. And this creates a massive house of cards that neither you nor the LLM can keep your mind wrapped around. The idea is that, we'll debug it as we go along and fix these little things, but there's no little things to fix. The whole thing is basically, like in those old Western movies, they had a big town, and those towns were really just big pieces of wood. There was nothing behind them. That's what all that software is. I had to live through this reality check many times before switching over to what true coders do, which is actually building incrementally. This way, you and the AI understand each piece as it's being built. The right way to do this is to build one core feature first and then expand upon it. So simplifying down, what is the core thing that this project needs to do? And oftentimes, even what I consider to be the most simple version needs to be even a little more simple. So really simplifying it down to the core essence, the core functionality, getting that to work, testing that, and then slowly expanding and building your software up from that. So for this project, building this SaaS template, I just started with, the home page, the HTML here, and that led me right into this whole login. And once I was able to log in, I needed a main screen here for inside the dashboard. Then I wanted a user profile page with some basic things that I may use in projects down the road. And finally, the whole pricing section here. So a pricing page that I could reuse over and over again, as well as the Stripe payment features here. So we can start making that revenue. So while you can see that it might be fun to toy around with this stuff and see how much you can get it to do with one single prompt, it's a lot more fun to start building real things and stacking these different components on top of each other to build a real project you can share with the world and start building a business around. And these 3 focus areas, again, sticking to a simpler tech stack, thinking about those users and that database first, and building incrementally are really what I feel like it takes to move from just these basic demos to true software. The cheat sheet that accompanies this video is absolutely packed with all sorts of resources that really expand upon what I've gone over here. This is a rabbit hole that I love going down, so it's all here, all these really cool things I've found along the way, different community forums, etc. And also in my Patreon, I do have a software builders group that meets once a month to talk through any problems that they're having. This is a small group where we can really focus on helping each other get through these different stumbling blocks of not only building your software, but selling it as well. And remember, there's a link to my SaaS template there in the description. So if you want to just get started from a strong foundation, you don't want to have to rebuild all that stuff, there is no reason to do it. Just grab my template so you can just start vibe coding on top of it. I'm really excited to have this resource for myself so I can just spin this up and start working on the fun stuff immediately. So check that out. There is copious documentation on how to get that up and running. So there's another video I've made right here all about using Claude Code for building more advanced automations, and these can be very powerful features that you bake into your software. So check that video out. I'll see you over there.
Make your dreams come true.